You've tried doing the right things. You've hit the gym, read the books, listen to the podcasts, but it still feels like something's missing. That's because change without purpose is hollow. You're chasing a better body, but not a better reason. You're chasing status without substance. You can't just stack habits and expect fulfillment. The man you dream of isn't just strong. He's grounded. He knows why he wakes up. He knows what he's building. You need a mission, a personal code, not just goals. A man with goals gets tired. A man with purpose gets unstoppable. Until you define your why, you'll keep burning out, wondering why you're still lost. Take a good look at your surroundings, your friends, your habits, your daily choices. You're not failing because you're lazy. You're failing because you're surrounded by things that numb your potential. Men become monsters or cowards based on what they feed on. And you've been feeding your mind junk. Weakness disguised as entertainment. Excuses disguised as humor. You wake up and check other people's lives. You sleep watching someone else's dream. When was the last time you sat in silence and faced yourself? Who's pushing you? Who's challenging you? You're the average of your inputs. And most of yours are keeping you broke, uninspired, and soft. If you want to become the man you dream of, you need to become the architect of your own world. Build an environment that produces strength, not comfort. The man you dream of feels far away. You think you need 5 more years, 10 more achievements, some magical moment of success. But that man isn't far. He's already inside you, right now, this second. The difference between you and him isn't time, it's alignment. It's about what you tolerate, what you accept, what you settle for. You're not miles away from the dream. You're a few decisions away. 1 hour of deep work instead of scrolling. 1 confrontation instead of avoidance. 1 honest look in the mirror instead of lying to yourself again. That's how close you are. You don't need a map. You need a standard. Raise it. Today. It's not your work ethic. You've tried. You've had bursts of motivation. You've planned. You've dreamed. And still, nothing changed long term. Why? Because you tried to change without killing who you were. You can't upgrade your life while clinging to an outdated version of yourself. Most men try to add discipline, add confidence, add money, but what they really need to do is subtract weakness, subtract comfort, subtract dependency. You aren't becoming that man because part of you is still addicted to being liked, to being comfortable, to being safe. You're trying to build a lion with the habits of a sheep, and that will never work. It's not about adding new things. It's about destroying what's been holding you back from the start. You wake up at 3 a.m. for no reason, no alarm, no noise, just silence. You sit on the edge of your bed. The room is dark. The world is asleep. But something inside you is screaming wide awake. It's the version of you've buried under excuses, under fear, under the life you settled for. He's not yelling. He's not angry. He's disappointed. Not because you failed, but because you stopped trying. That man you dream of becoming, he's real. You've seen him. You've imagined him walking into rooms with presence. You've imagined the way he talks, the way he lives. You know how he moves because you've played the movie in your head 1,000 times, but you never became him. And the truth hurts, doesn't it? Because deep down, you know it's not because you couldn't, it's because you didn't. But this is not just another motivational video. This is a mirror. And right now, you're going to look into it and confront the gap between who you are and who you could be. This isn't about hype. This is about identity. Because once you see how close you already are, the excuses will evaporate, and all that'll be left is choice. So sit with this, don't skip, don't scroll. Because if you do, you might miss the one moment that finally wakes you up for good. This journey doesn't stop. There is no finish line. There's only deeper levels. The man you dream of today will evolve, and you'll chase him again. That's the beauty of it. You were never meant to arrive. You were meant to ascend. So don't wait for arrival. Live the mission. Every day, every representative, every sacrifice. And someday, when a younger man looks at you and sees strength, wisdom, calm, he'll ask how you became that man. And all you'll say is, I killed who I was. I showed up when it hurt, and I never quit on the man I knew I could become. You'll know it's working when you feel different in the silence, when you walk past a mirror and don't flinch, when your thoughts stop betraying you, when your habits align with your hunger, when you feel peace in the storm and purpose in the grind. That's when you know you're becoming him. You won't need to announce it. People will feel it. The shift in your energy, the way you carry yourself, the silence that speaks louder than words. That's not arrogance, that's alignment. That's what you've been chasing, and now you're living it. The man you dream of lives by a code. Non-negotiables, principles that don't bend with emotion. You need to build your own, not from trends, from truth. Decide what you stand for, and then never break it. Not for approval, not for money, not for comfort. A man with a code can't be manipulated. He knows who he is. And that energy is rare, dangerous, respected. Your code is your spine. Without it, you're just reacting to life. With it, you direct it. Choose your code and tattoo it into your soul. You know what you need to let go of. The bad habits, the toxic relationships, the dead-end routines, but you keep them around out of comfort, out of fear, out of guilt. Cut them off with finality, with precision. You can't become him while dragging anchors. You can't fly while clinging to what's killing you. It's going to hurt. You might feel alone, but clarity comes after cleansing. You'll start to breathe again, think clearly, move freely. Some people won't understand. Let them go too. You're not here to be liked. You're here to evolve. Discipline isn't just doing what you don't want to do. It's identity. It's becoming the man who does what must be done, no matter how he feels, no matter who's watching. Discipline isn't punishment. It's liberation. It frees you from weakness, from chaos, from regret. Every disciplined choice is a step away from average and a step toward excellence. The man you dream of doesn't wait to feel motivated. He's driven by standard, non-negotiable commitment. While other men wonder how he does it, he's already done it. That can be you. If you stop negotiating with your lesser self and start living like your future depends on every choice, because it does. Your mindset is your operating system, and right now, yours is corrupted, filled with limiting beliefs installed by weak people and a soft culture. You've been taught to think like a follower, to doubt, to conform, to submit. Rebuilding your mindset means uninstalling every belief that doesn't serve your greatness. I'm not good enough. Gone. It's too late for me. Gone. What will people think? Irrelevant. Install new code. I move with power. I rise under pressure. I don't negotiate with fear. That's how the man you dream of thinks, not just once, daily, with repetition, with aggression. You can rewire your mind, but you have to feed it truth, not trends. You can't become him if you're never here. Too many men live in their heads, overthinking, regretting, fantasizing, and the man you dream of lives in the moment. He controls his space, his breath, his words, his body, his room. When he walks in, you feel him. Not because he's loud, but because he's present, still, focused. He listens with intensity, speaks with intention, and moves with calm certainty. That presence doesn't come from confidence. It comes from connection with yourself. Get off autopilot. Slow down. Look people in the eye. Speak slower. Mean what you say. Train your awareness. Because a man who is fully present is a man no one can ignore. The greatest enemy isn't outside. It's inside. It's the part of you that makes excuses, that says tomorrow, that chooses the easy option when no one's watching. You'll never conquer your external world until you win the internal war. Every time you say no to that weak voice, you take territory back. Every time you say yes, you lose ground. It's that real. You need to become ruthless with yourself, not cruel. Ruthless. Merciless with excuses, with softness, with avoidance. The war inside never ends, but you get stronger, sharper, more dangerous. That's the work. That's the grind. The man you dream of, he won his inner war. Now it's your turn. Masculinity isn't about aggression or domination. It's about groundedness, your direction, purpose. Without purpose, a man becomes destructive to himself, to others. That's why so many are lost, drifting, addicted, chained to vices because they have no mission. You're not supposed to wander. You're supposed to conquer, not people, yourself, your demons, your laziness, your potential. That's the masculine edge. It's not toxic. It's sacred. And if you don't claim it, the world will hand you a softer version of manhood that leaves you unfulfilled and resentful. Find your fire. Build your life around it. Let it shape your days. A man with purpose can suffer longer, fight harder, and endure more than anyone else. That's the man you need to become. What does your name mean? When people say it, what do they feel? Strength? Integrity? Or confusion, weakness? You weren't born with a legacy. You earn it. And it starts with how you show up every day. You don't need millions of followers to build legacy. You need consistency. You need values that don't break when life punches you in the mouth. Your name is the only thing you leave behind that lasts longer than your body. So protect it, honor it, build it like it matters, because it does. And when you become the man you dream of, your name will carry weight, not because of what you said, but because of how you lived. Most of your progress will be invisible. No applause, no likes, no one cheering you on. It's just you and the work. That's where men are made. Not in the moments the world sees, but in the hours no one will ever notice. You have to be okay with that. You have to train without praise, improve without validation, build without recognition. That's how you become undeniable. When you no longer need approval to move forward. Most men quit because no one's watching. But the man you dream of, he watches himself. He holds himself accountable. He doesn't need to be motivated. He's moved by a deeper fire. Become that man. The one who sharpens his sword in silence, so when the battle comes, he's already won. Comfort is not peace, it's sedation. And too many men confuse the two. You've been taught to chase comfort thinking it's the reward. But comfort is what robs you of your fire. Every time you choose the easy path, you bury another part of yourself. That man you dream of, doesn't live in comfort. He lives in challenge, in discomfort, in the heat of the moment where most people flinch. The life you truly want lives on the other side of the pain you're avoiding. The comfort you worship is the cage that's been dressed up to look like freedom. If you want to rise, you need to get comfortable being uncomfortable. You need to train your body and mind to seek resistance, to love it, to crave it. Because the man you dream of doesn't fear pain. He respects it. He uses it. After this video ends, you'll make a decision. Stay the same. Or begin the real work. And there's no in between. No maybe. No halfway. You either build the man you dream of, or you betray him again. Don't let this be another spark that dies in a few hours. Let this be the start of your resurrection. You're not too late. You're not behind. You're exactly where you need to be to begin. Right here, right now. Choose him. Truth is heavy. That's why most men avoid it. But the man you dream of doesn't lie to himself. He owns it all. The good, the failures, the shame, the ambition. He doesn't hide. He faces life head on. You can't build strength on denial. You build it on brutal honesty. Admit where you've been soft, where you've been afraid, where you've let life punk you. Then fix it, not with guilt, with action. Truth is your ally. It's painful at first, but it's the only path to power. Walk in it, speak it, live it. This is the part you forgot. You were never meant to be average. You weren't born to just survive. You were built for something. You feel it. You've always felt it. That tension inside isn't depression, it's potential. Misused, ignored, starved. The life you've been living is too small for the spirit you carry. That's why you're restless. That's why nothing feels enough. The man you dream of isn't a fantasy. He's your original design. What you've been calling impossible is just unfamiliar. And it's time to go home to who you really are. There's too much noise in your head. Other people's opinions, doubts, regret, overthinking. You can't become him in a storm. You need silence. Not just from the world, from your own mind. Sit in silence. Face the thoughts you've been running from. Hear your own voice again. The real one, not the one that's been edited by pain and fear. There's power in stillness, power in clarity. When the noise fades, your path becomes obvious. Your actions become pure, and your results become inevitable. Becoming him isn't about one grand gesture. It's about the war you fight daily. Against the snooze button, against the distraction, against the urge to quit. Every day you're casting a vote for the man you'll become. Most people vote for weakness because weakness is easy. You have to vote for strength, even when it sucks, especially when it sucks. No one sees the battle, but the results are public. The man you become in private is the one who shows up in every room. So take the war seriously. Fight like your future depends on it, because it does. No one's coming to save you. No one's going to knock on your door and tell you you're finally worthy. You have to choose yourself right now. You're not too late. You're not too broken. You're not too far gone. But you are wasting time if you keep waiting for the perfect moment. The man you dream of doesn't wait. He creates, he moves, he bleeds for what he wants. You're waiting for a green light from a world that benefits from you staying weak. Flip the switch. Go. Doctor. Be. You don't need permission to start. You just need to stop hiding. You don't need to become him overnight, but you do need momentum. Start with small wins. Wake up when you say you will. Finish the workout you planned. Say no when you usually fold. These moments seem tiny, but they build identity. Each one whispers to your brain, I'm not who I used to be. That's how change begins, not in a massive leap, but in 1,000 tiny choices that no one sees. Stack them, protect them, fight for them, because those small wins become unshakable confidence. And that confidence becomes your new default. If you want to become the man you dream of, you must first bury the man you've been. He's had his time. He brought you here, but he can't take you there. And yes, it'll hurt. You'll lose people. You'll outgrow habits that once comforted you. You'll feel like a stranger in your own life. But that's the price. The man you dream of doesn't come free. He costs your past. Every version of you that settled needs to die. Every fear that held you back needs to be faced. You can't rise without burning the bridge to who you were. This is transformation, not improvement. There's no going back. Burn the costume. Build the character.